Okay, guys. Hi, it's Natasha. I did page 37, number 64. It's evaluate each expression. I'm going to try this video out. Hopefully, you guys is able to see it. The problem reads 3 and over 4 to the second power minus 1/4 minus negative 3/8 to the second power plus 1/4 to the third power. The first step would be to multiply everything inside the parentheses by the exponent. So for instance, the 3/4, that would be 3 times 3 for the numerator, which would give you 9. And then the denominator as well, because again, it's located inside of the parentheses and exponent is on the outside of the parentheses. So that means it's for the entire parentheses. So the denominator would be 4 times 4, which is 16. You have negative 1/4. You leave that alone for now. Then you're going to go over to the minus 3/8 to the second power. So that would be negative 3 times negative 3, which is 9. Any number, negative number times another negative number will give you a positive number. And then you have negative 8 times negative 8, which will give you a positive 64, plus 1/4 to the third power. So then that would be 1 times 1 times 1, which will give you 3. Any number times 1 will be itself. And then you have 4 times 4 times 4, which is 64. So that's 4 times 4, 16. 16 times 4, which will give you 64, which is 1 over 64. So now you want to rewrite so you don't get confused and to keep it neat. So you have 9 over 16 minus 1/4 minus 9 over 64 plus 1 over 64. Okay. So here you want to combine like terms. So for instance, we have 9 over 16 minus 1/4, and then you have minus 8 over 64. Minus 9 over 64 plus 1 over 64. When you combine it, you'll have 8 over 64. Find the lowest common denominator to remove the fraction or to add and subtract. In this case, 64 is the LCD, which each number divides into 64 evenly. We're going to start with 9 over 16. You're going to multiply the top and bottom by the answer. So by the product. So here we go. So it would be 64 times 9 over 16. 16 goes into 64, so that cancels out the 16. 16 goes into 64 4 times, so that leaves you with 4 times 9 minus 1/4. 4 negative 4 goes into 64 16 times. So that negative 4 cancels out. So we have negative 16 times negative 1, which will give you a positive 16. And then you have negative 8 over 64 times 64. So the negative 64 goes into itself one time. That leaves you with negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 8 will give you a positive 8. 4 times 9 leaves you with 36 plus 16 plus 8. And you have the plus 16 because you have the negative times negative 16, which of course gives you a positive 16. Okay. So you have 36 plus 24 because you're combining like terms. You're combining the 16 plus the 8. And then you have 36 plus 24 equals 60. Your answer is 60. I hope it's correct.